Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiara. This is the Black Trist Diaries. Happy New Year, guys! I am probably like everybody else and very happy to leave 2020 behind and very hopeful that 2021 will bring much better things, or at least that we will have learned from 2020. Anyway, so this video is going to be about my New Year's resolutions. I know that not everybody loves New Year's resolutions, but like I love a goal. Like I am so goal oriented. I actually this year have been trying to calm down my New Year's resolutions because I mean when I was a kid I would like write them all in my diary and I would try to add a new one each year. I think the highest number I got was 11. So I definitely, maybe I'm a little overzealous, and after everything that happened last year, I realized, you know what, maybe let's work on a more attainable list instead of shooting for the stars. But I love New Year's resolutions. I'm sure if you clicked on this video, some of you all love them too, so I'm going to share mine with you all. So the first one is channel related. I want to do one video a month at minimum on this channel. I would love to do two, but when things happen, they happen. So I know that I can do one a month. I don't think I did one a month last year, but I think it was the closest I'd ever gotten. But I want to make sure that each month I am uploading a video. I would love to do it around the same time every month, but I just don't know that I am that organized. But what always ends up happening is I do a whole bunch of videos in like January or February, auditions happen, and then I do like no videos and I go on Instagram stories for hours and then you don't see me again until the fall. So I'm trying really hard to make sure that that doesn't happen and that I'm at least providing one video a month so that my content is a little more consistent than usual. I just feel so inspired in like fall and Christmas time, as most people do I think on YouTube. So I would like to stretch myself creatively, be a little more organized of a content creator, and yeah, one video a month. One video a month. Number two, one of the most basic millennial resolutions ever, but I want to limit my social media time. But it's not because I think that social media is like the actual devil and I get depressed and compare myself and stuff like that. All of that is totally valid, but that is just not me. I actually really love social media. I was a military kid growing up, and then I have had a lot of jobs, and I'm a theater kid, so my friends are scattered. So I love social media because I get to be in contact with a lot of my friends, but Facebook has definitely changed and I feel like has kind of become news light, I guess we'll say, although that's arguable, but it's been less about sharing your individual lives. So I just don't like being on there, and the amount of time that I scroll to try to find the content I want, I'm like, I could just message these people and tell them that I miss them and try to catch up that way. And then Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love Instagram, but I will just mindlessly scroll. Mindlessly. Like all of a sudden it went from like 1 to 4 p.m. if I am off that day. And so I really want to limit my time on there because first of all, no one needs to be staring at a screen for that long, and second of all, I used to have a lot of hobbies. I used to really love drawing, I love reading, and I feel like I have been thinking that I don't have enough time for any of my hobbies for the past few years since like really honing in on my theater career. But truthfully, if I just limited my time on social media, particularly Instagram, I would have more hours. And so it's just a way for me to keep track that like, oh, I spent so much time on it and I could have been reading a book, or let's go read a book, or let's go draw something, or let's do a crossword puzzle. Just all the things that I used to like doing and don't make the time for. So it's really more about time management in my life in general, but like filling it with things that I love. So I got a little video on the screen for how I, at least on a Google Pixel, sorry, I'm sure most of you have iPhones, how I am setting my timers and stuff, but I am also setting my bedtime differently. I had done a timer and like my bedtime and stuff because I was so good at this in 2019, and then 2020 happened and it was like, what else am I going to do besides stare at my phone all day? So I set my bedtime to like 11 so that my phone was on do not disturb, so that only emergency contacts, I was able to get in contact with them or hear from them, as well as my phone screen was on like night vision, night sight, night light, I don't know what it's called, but it makes your phone a little dimmer and less harsh on the eyes. And I've reset all of that to 10:30 instead of 11 in hopes that I'll at least get into my bed sooner, even if I don't go to bed. I might read a chapter before bed or something, but at least I'm not winding down at 11, because winding down at 11 is a little rough. Now, when I'm doing theater, obviously a lot of this will change and be adjusted because I might be done my job at 11, but for now, with just my current survival job, I think that that's totally doable. Children's theme park, I'm usually home by 9. Number 3, I want to actually sit down and eat my breakfast. I don't really like lunch. I love breakfast and dinner, snacks, and dessert. those are my things. But like my breakfast time is like my time. Like it's my favorite thing on my days off. I like sit down, I sip my coffee, I watch some YouTube. Like it's just breakfast time is beautiful, and I really think that it sets my day and my mood. And I was doing this a lot when I first started my theme park job back up in 2019. Again, things went to trash, and this year I've done a lot of like eating on the road. And first of all, it's annoying to try to eat like egg on toast while driving. I can do that. I don't know why. I just don't want it as a sandwich. Like I just want one layer of bread and then the egg. I don't know. But it's tough to drive and eat that, so it's falling on my lap all the time. And I just want that calm before the storm, because my job is very hectic, very high energy, extroverts everywhere. No shame in that game. I'm an extrovert too, obviously. But I just want that time to just like be me, just chill out, relax. And so I want to wake up a little earlier. That kind of goes with the going to bed later. I'm not setting a time, because like one day the park can be open and my shift will start at 10, and one day my shift will start at 1:45. So like I can't really set a whole time. I just need to, I think, wake up 30 minutes prior to what I would have woken up before, and then I can just enjoy breakfast and some peace and quiet. Number 4 is I want to do yoga 3 times a week. Now, 2020, I was like either trying to do it like 5 days a week or 7 days a week, and I was trying to, at least for 5 days a week, like work on my splits that I don't have. And you know, everything was going great until March. That's kind of the theme of what last year was for me, but I still just don't know that that was completely attainable. So I know for a fact that if I put my mind to it, I can do yoga 3 days a week. And honestly, I should be doing yoga 3 days a week at minimum, especially with such a physical and active job. Even if I didn't care about my flexibility in terms of performance, I should care about my flexibility in terms of life. And my job makes me very stiff and very tense. Oops, sorry, my phone. My job can make me very stiff and very tense. So it's just best for my health if I maintain my yoga practice instead of going super hard and then falling and crashing and burning. So we're gonna try 3 days a week. And then if each of those days I practice my split, if I do split practices, then I'm being much more consistent. Maybe I won't progress as fast as I was at the beginning of last year trying to do 5 days a week, but at least I will be able to keep going. And hopefully with these social media timers that I have set and my earlier bedtime, that's another thing that I could be doing 30 minutes prior to what I was doing in my getting ready for bed process. Let's be real, sometimes I didn't hop right into, you know, my good night routine at 11 o'clock then anyway, but that could be if I haven't done yoga all day. Oh no, I need to do it, you know? So That is what that goal is. And then number 5, is that 5? And then number 5 is, I don't know if it's like a resolution per se, but we're gonna put that there. I am putting myself on a jewelry buying ban. I am not buying any jewelry this year except for on my birthday. I haven't decided how many pieces I'm limiting myself to. Right now, let's say 3, and it can't go any higher than that, but it can go less than that. But that is what I'm doing. So the thing about being a performer is that every time I get rid of things that don't bring me joy in my fashion land, my closet, my jewelry box, I end up doing like extra work, and I needed something that I got rid of because I didn't like it anymore. So I'm a big like fashion jewelry, like big statement pieces type of person. I'm a very like bohemian-y, I don't know if bohemian's the word I want to look for, but I'm a very like Miss Frizzle, I guess, kind of aesthetic as far as like dress goes. So I'm not into like tiny dainty jewelry. I am in necklaces, and it's pretty, it's just like I'm just not gonna ever reach for it. It's like tiny dainty things, and so I want to always get rid of all of that. But my hesitation is that whenever I do that for clothing, like I get rid of all of my like plain black business attire, because like when do I need that for theater? All of a sudden I end up in a box office job, or I end up working at a dinner theater where you also have to serve, and there are so many more rules as to what you can wear, and then I don't have anything, and then I have to go to the thrift store and buy something that I didn't want really quickly, and I had something that looked great and fit before. So I do want to scale down on my jewelry, but I think that I need some time to not buy any new jewelry. I don't ever need to buy any new jewelry, but I just love jewelry. And just take the time to really look at what I have and more curate the stuff that I don't wear regularly as to what's going to be practical for extra work. That might be a little difficult because there isn't a whole bunch of extra work going on right now, but I guess I can look at like past stuff on like audition calls on Backstage and whatnot and see what, because you know there's always like townsperson number 5. Like I did extra work for House of Cards. I don't think my portion of the episode ever aired because nobody ever texted me and told me they saw me. So, and I was in the front because I was the shortest person there. I was the youngest person there too. That was wild. That's not usually my experience in the theater world. But for that, it was like very business professional. I think I was a photographer or something like that. So I came in with like little pearls that like I don't usually wear. I don't have an issue with pearls. I like a lot of pearl things, but I like pearls on things a lot of the time. I mean, you see me, I'm like dangly and all that good stuff. So I want to curate those types of things into, okay, like what kind of stereotypical background work category would this fit, and then either sell or donate to the thrift store the things that I don't love the most out of all of those categories. Like one thing of pearls, one thing of like plain rhinestones, one thing of probably like my birthstone, that type of thing, so that I don't have like a jewelry box that's like 50% what I wear all the time and then 50% what I think I can't let go, because every time I let things go, it goes awry. So yeah, jewelry buying ban, that's number 5. So that concludes my New Year's resolutions for this year. I want to know what your resolutions are, if you like resolutions. If you don't, and you've made it this far, thank you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, subscribe to my channel. Happy New Year, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.